Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of our Christmas episode. I'm not going to say much, just enjoy. So that'll lead me into the next one, Christmas movies. What Christmas movies would you guys watch? Like, what are staples for you guys? Alyssa,
Rudolph.
first. Rudolph is the only staple for you guys?
Well, for her, for all of us, every Christmas I remember growing up, we always watched the 24-hour Christmas Story.
Yeah.
You know, when my sister, because we didn't have TVs in our room until my sister was in high school. So, waking up at 4, or whenever we woke up and just watching it when it was on, and just watching that. And obviously, as I've grown older, Christmas Vacation, always have to watch that every year. That's always a good one. Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh yeah, I watched Charlie Brown.
Just because ABC plays it like right after Thanksgiving, so it's Christmas.
Yeah.
When they play Charlie Brown Christmas, Rudolph, Frosty, like all the old ones.
I never saw a Christmas Vacation until I met Shane.
Oh my god.
And he was like, yeah, we were more a Christmas music family, but my mom is huge in Rudolph. Like, we had to watch it every year. And then I did watch Charlie Brown on TV.
Yeah, Charlie Brown, Rudolph, Frosty, those were all huge for us.
Yeah.
But our biggest ones were Christmas Story and Christmas Vacation, because that's the kind of humor my family has.
It is funny.
Yeah. And we would also watch Elf when it came out, and every year.
Oh my gosh, I love Elf. That is now one of our annual movies, which we have not watched this year yet.
That's always our first. That's always our first Christmas movie we watch. For like Kirsty and I. And another classic one we always watched was The Grinch, but we also watched the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch.
Oh, yeah. The Grinch, yes, The Grinch.
I love Jim Carrey's version of The Grinch.
Well, they're making a new one.
Yep, with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yep,
Doctor Strange.
He looks more like he looks.
He looks kind of like the original book Grinch.
But the Grinch looks like, I guess, the Lorax. What other Dr. Seuss movie they make people? Anyways, sorry, I don't want to hark on things that aren't prevalent.
Christmassy.
Polar Express. I liked Polar Express movie.
Oh, I didn't like that one.
I love it. It's good.
I thought it was boring.
And of course,
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one too.
Those are big ones for us.
The trilogy isn't that great. The third one's okay.
You can stop talking now.
No,
I haven't seen the third one.
The second and third one aren't that great. The first one's great.
Of course.
But the third one is probably the better out of the two add-ons. And of course, as we got older, Hallmark movies, even though they're the same plot and everything, you still have to watch them.
My dad loves Hallmark movies. He will never admit to it. He'll always be like your mom and he has Hallmark movies, but he will sit there and he will get into the Hallmark movie more than my mother, but he'll never admit it. It's so funny to watch.
Yeah, we'd always watch pretty much all those movies you guys just said, but we didn't really watch the Hallmark movies that much because we didn't typically stick with the sappy, lovey-dovey stuff like that the Hallmarks typically tend to be. We weren't really that kind of family. We kind of laughed at that kind of stuff. We were kind of assholes, I'll be honest with you. We kind of were and still are. Anyway, but yeah, and then of course, I always love the Christmas episodes of TV shows. Like That 70s Show Christmas episodes are amazing. Same with Friends, The Office, of course. I know you guys binge those every Christmas.
Yes.
But recently,
I made it tradition in our family.
It's great. Recently, we've been watching recent Christmases. I've been watching Christmas vlogs, like the Shay Tarts Christmas specials and David DeFranco's and random Christmas Day opening present stuff. And every once in a while, if I'm deep enough in a rabbit hole, I'll fall. Soldier comes home to surprise his mom for Christmas, but I can only watch one or two of those because they really tug on the heartstrings for me. And then, let's see. What about, you said music was another big staple for you guys in your family? Alyssa?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that you said that was bigger than movies for you?
Thanks. Yeah, it was. We always had Christmas music playing.
Yeah, it's now. Did you guys ever make like have a day or like like a day where you would make Christmas candy or cookies or whatever, and like listen to music or have a movie on in the background? Like, did you guys do that kind of stuff?
Yeah, the weekend that we would decorate the house, we would decorate, and my sister and mom would bake cookies, and we'd have music on all weekend.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we did the same thing. What about you guys, Shane? Did you guys do that?
So I lived in a household where my sister had a birthday right around Thanksgiving, and it was always no Christmas until my birthday. So we could not openly I could not listen to anything Christmas until November 25th because her birthday's November 24th.
Gotcha.
So a month before. So like, but then we would bake cookies as a family and everything. I don't know if we'd have the music playing. I don't really remember that much as well. But we'd watch the Christmas movies and everything. Well, yeah, gotta watch Christmas movies and all that.
Okay, so what about gifts? Let's get the worst gift that you're willing to share. What is it, Alyssa?
I'd have to think about it.
Okay, Shane.
I was trying to think about it earlier too, because I figured this question would come up, and it's really tough.
Yeah.
I think I had one like a go-to answer like in the years past because I feel like I've answered that question, but I don't know of any. I mean, I know I mentioned the drum set earlier, but I just never played it, so I don't know. Like, it wasn't a bad gift. I just never used it. I got a foosball table. I used that a lot when I first got it, and then it kind of gathered dust.
I got one of those, like, it was like foosball /pool/
Oh no, mine was just foosball.
Gotcha.
I mean, my nephew plays with it now, so it's not like it's still gathering dust. But yes, I mean, I was, as much as I love the drum set, I never played it. So
what kind was it? Was it pearl? Was it? Do you remember?
No, it was. My parents bought it from some church used, so it was some like flashy, fancy. Because I had played percussion from 5th to 9th grade, and that's why I got it the 1 year. Because,
you and Kirsty need to talk then, because that's what she did for 7 years in band.
And they wanted me to practice at home, and I was like, I don't want to practice. Like, I'm doing this for fun. Yeah. And then I got to high school when everyone's just like, oh yeah, band's my life, and I was like, okay, yeah, band's not that important to me. So, but yeah. I'd just say that one just because I never used it.
Sure. Do you have one now, Alyssa?
I think so. The only thing I can really remember is like me and my sister, we loved Barbies. So we got Penn State Barbies, but my parents were like, you can't open these because they're collectors. And they're going to be worth money someday. And so when we were little, that's stupid. You just want to open them.
Sure.
But now that I'm older, it's still stupid because I don't even know if they're worth anything, and I don't care. Like, we were moving into our new house, and I had to go through the stuff that was in my parents' basement, and these came up out of the stuff. And my mom's like, here, you can't forget this. And I'm like, I don't want it. And then, of course, my dad's like, these are collectors. We got them for you. And it's just like an annoying gift. Like, I didn't want it. I don't want it. Like, keep it if it means so much to you. Like, I don't care.
Wow. So my worst gift. You remember those things that, like, they were cups and you would stack them and then, like, boom, boom. You know that kind of stuff? Okay?
Yeah.
Speed stackers.
Yes. My parents got me those. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a speed stacker. And, like, it was a great gift. I was so excited for it. But, like, they weren't speed stackers. They were, like, off-brand because my parents didn't really know that much about it. They just knew I wanted it. And I went them up, and then I went down. I got them real good, and I wanted to show my whole family. And I did. I got them stacked, and I went down real fast and real hard, and they just shattered. And that was the worst gift because I was so excited for it and it just literally blew up in my face.
How old were you?
15.
No. I think it was like 11, 12, something like that. I can't remember. I don't remember when they were popular.
What
But
was your reaction?
when it blew up in my face,
Yeah.
I cried. I was so embarrassed. So
Okay, so from worst to first, what was your best gift, Alyssa?
Oh my gosh, these are hard. I loved all my gifts. Okay, well, except the Barbie. I loved a lot of my gifts.
or maybe not so much your favorite one, but what's one that every time you think about great gifts, it always sticks out in your mind?
Well, there's two. So when I was really little, I barely remember the Christmas. That's how little I was, or I just have an awful memory. I remember walking out to the living room with my sister, and it just looked like there was no room. It looked like mom and dad bought so many gifts, it filled the whole living room. And then that was the year that I remember getting our dollhouse. And I just remember how clean and nice it looked, and I just wanted to play with it. But then I also remember when I was about, I want to say maybe 8 or 9, I think. The Nintendo 64, is that the year it came out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It came out in 96, I think.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I was 6.
Yeah.
I remember that was a shared gift for me and my sister, and I remember us opening it, and we were so excited because we had just the original Nintendo, which was awesome. That was also awesome. I still love it, still have it. But the Nintendo 64 we spent hours in the basement playing it with her friends and everything. We played Mario Party and Snowboard Kids 2.
Oh, I remember that one.
So much fun.
I remember
so much
Snowboard
fun.
Kids. My grandma bought one for all of us grandkids. Now, I was 2 when that came out, just to give you an idea how old you are. I played the PS1. That was my thing. But, yeah, my grandma got us. It wasn't for Christmas or anything. It was just like she bought it. Back in, like, 99 or something like that. She bought it for all of us grandkids to play. And we played that. We played the WWE, SmackDown. We played a lot of The Man with the Golden Gun, James Bond, you know.
Yeah.
And Donkey Kong, of course. But anyway, Shane,
It's a classic.
come back into frame.
Okay, sorry. Just for something that sticks out, sticking with the video game theme, I remember I was in middle school at this point. My sister had a boyfriend and everything. Well, he had a PlayStation 2. Open up a gift. It's a PlayStation 2 controller. My parents, scrambled because I wasn't supposed to open it yet because they had a order they wanted me to do it in, obviously. And then like, oh yeah, we must have screwed up. We must have put your name on it when we should have put his. My bad. All right, I think it was the controller. Yeah. Anyways, well, next thing I opened was the PlayStation 2, and that's like the first console I had other than the the NES. So like, of course, I was excited. I played Crash Bandicoot the rest of Christmas, which I still haven't got it, the remastered one. Which
you need to. It's really, really good.
Yeah, okay, I'll definitely get that. But yeah, that's the other one. The other one I can remember getting is I don't know if I remember it just because watching the film back, but there was this art easel that we got, and of course it was a big because it's an art easel, and my sister goes up to read it, and she's like, "It's for Sheena and Shane." Like it deflated her that it had my name on it.
That was a group gift. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then we opened it, we played with it, obviously, but I don't know if like I said, if I remember it because of the film or because of my memory, but that's probably the top 2 of the PlayStation 2, just because it sparked everything else I have for video games. It put me on the path of being a PlayStation guy, Xbox guy, and yeah, that's other than like my TV, but that was like a graduation / Christmas gift, but.
So, for me, and I remember it so well, I was in, 6th grade. I was in 6th grade, and I go out there, and like mom and dad, they would always wrap the presents as they got them and put them under the tree, and it was always nice to see them build up. One of the first gifts they put out there were these 2 giant, they were like 4 foot by 3 foot by 2 foot boxes, And I'm like, what in the world could be in there? And there's two, one for me, one for my sister Carly. I'm like,
Godzilla.
what? Yeah, I was like, what the hell? And like, they put them at the back on either side of the tree, and I'm like, what in the world could this be? So for a whole month, I was speculating this, and finally, I go out there, and I see, I've got like in my pile of Santa gifts, unwrapped, of course, I've got like 20 CDs, and I'm like, oh, cool, because I had just bought myself a CD Walkman, like a month or two before. It was one of those really cool ones you can put in your pocket and like jump on it and it wouldn't skip. Yeah. I still have that somewhere, I think. Anyway, I'm like, cool. They got me a bunch of CDs for my Walkman. That's awesome. So I'm going through and it's a bunch of Weird Al stuff and like the Stadium Arcadium by Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love that album. That one was in there. A few other ones that came out around that time. And I'm like, cool. I set those aside. And we're unwrapping gifts and stuff, and then we get to the big ones. And I'm like, okay, awesome. I'm going to see what these are. And my mom and dad have us open them at the same time. And they're stereos. 5 CD changer stereos. And it's got FM, AM, the CD. They had tape decks in there. They had an auxiliary input and a couple other things. And they were like $300 stereos. I don't know. They were really like, for us, they were really nice stereos. And I legit cried and cried and cried. I was so happy. I like tackled my parents, hugging them so much. And it was just, it meant so much to me. It was the best gift I ever got from them. And I set it up. I put in that Weird Al CD. And I put in Stadium Arcadium. I put on Danny California, and like I had it all set up, and like I was obsessed with like how like good sounding audio, as much as a 12-year-old can be. And I put it on there, and like when like the bass from it and everything, like it just all came to me. It sounded so good. I got goosies all over, It was awesome, and I loved it so much.
Did it come with a sleep timer?
Yes, it did. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then 5 hours. And I would listen to it every single night. I had the Harry Potter audiobooks on CD, and I would cue them up in there, and I would listen to them every night. Oh, yeah, it was awesome. I love those stereos. I had mine until it took a complete crap on me 2 years ago. And, I was sad. I was really sad because that stereo and I went through a lot together. But yeah.
Yeah.
Best gift I ever got ever. And then there was another one. It wasn't as good. Santa conveniently, he put it in my parents' closet because he thought that, my cats might have destroyed it. At least that's what my parents told me. Kids turn away. They forgot to put it out there when they were putting the rest of the Santa stuff out there. And that was the lie they told us. But it was a train set. And that was really cool. And you could put little stuff in the stack, and it would like shoot smoke and stuff. And like,
oh, that's cool.
It had a little light in the front, the engine, like it was like the coal, like it was really cool. It was really cool. That one was really cool. Yeah.
So I have a topic.
Sure, go ahead. Just taking over the show, dude.
Like your best sledding adventure when you're out sledding.
You guys can skip me because I've never sledded before.
What?
Hand to God, never have. It's very.
But you said you loved winter and you love to be out and get cold and then come in and warm up, and it's like a hug.
Yep,
that's the best way to get cold when you're little.
Very, very flat where I'm from.
Oh my gosh!
You
didn't make a hill, like when parking lots would,
no, we never did that.
And wow,
our biggest hill, if you were to like stand on flat ground and then at the top of the hill, I think it was maybe 5 feet, and it wasn't really. It was kind of like it wasn't a sledding type thing. It wasn't something you could do for a lot of fun. It'd be very boring. Yeah.
Okay. Well, did you do snowball fights or anything?
Well, yeah, we did all that kind of stuff. Sure. But,
okay, well, you can share one of your favorite stories out there.
So we'd always build snowmen, and then I'd tackle them. That was a lot of fun. Snowballs, fighting each other with snowballs, throwing snowballs at passing cars, hoping to God it didn't have a rock in it, that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you can't do that now.
I was an asshole as a kid. I've told you this already.
Well, did you hear about the story about that Ohio woman in Pennsylvania?
No.
Well, that was just a big rock. That wasn't snow.
Well, I know, but you want to be careful with it.
They were over on a bridge, and they dropped it on the car below, and she has surgery, and
Oh my God.
her face is all screwed up
They
because
could have killed her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like she almost died.
And anyways, a happier subject. So yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying, yeah, you gotta be careful with that. You don't think about it when you're little.
Yeah,
I have one more thing to add because I wasn't done. You just jumped
Sorry.
in there. No, it's no. You're fine. You're fine. It's Shane. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. You're fine. You're fine. When I was in college, we had it was in like January of 2014. Our winter that year was horrible. We were down to like negative 30 before wind chill. Like it was freezing cold. Way below freezing cold, and they had a ban. If you were out driving in Indianapolis, you were going to be arrested. Like you could not go anywhere unless it was dire. And so 5 college students hanging around, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Half of our dorm mates gone. What do? We start to make a snowman. And my friend Luke was like, hey, let's not make a snowman. Let's be awesome about this. Let's make a giant penis.
Oh my gosh.
So we made a snow dick that was like 7 feet tall. I will find a picture and send it to you, Shane, so you guys can see it. But it was like, it was tall, it was girthy. We made the balls, we put a nice vein on the bottom. Like, it was really great. Oh. And I know, yeah. But, and then... I think it was my friend Matt, we tackled it, and it was just so wonderful. It was so much fun, and I was actually up for the RA position. Like, I had it, and I'll tell you the whole story about how I got it and everything, because it was pretty cool. But after that, I was told that was very unprofessional, and I couldn't have the job. And I was like, well, fuck you, it's not worth it then. But, yeah, like, it was so cool. We made a giant dick out of snow, and everyone loved it. Everyone thought it was, I found it! I'm sending it to you right now, Shane. Everybody loved it. Like, everybody thought it was hilarious.
Oh, college days.
Okay. Anyways, we'll move on, just so we can talk about Christmas somewhere.
Sledding
sorry.
fun.
My parents had an awesome hill. As I got older and got lazier, I didn't want to do it. But the one year my uncle brought a 4-wheeler up. So, and that was the year, we went down to into the cornfield behind my parents' house. And of course, the corn's down, so, you could see everything. And they'd come down with a 4-wheeler and bring it back up the top, just like a ski lodge or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the best sledding experience I had.
You guys are boring.
Okay, Alyssa, show us up.
Oh, I will.
All right, let's go. Let's buckle up. Let's do this.
So my parents' house is basically on a hill. Like the front yard it's a hill. And at the bottom of the hill is a stream. And it's not very full of water now, but growing up it was full. So if you go down that hill, you would have to jump off the sled, roll off the sled before it went in the stream. Well, for little kids, that's a little harder. When you're on a sled and it's going down the hill, that seems fast when you're a kid. Sure. So I think it was my sister. It's so funny. She fell into the stream with the sled, but she didn't know what to do. So she just sat there crying in the water. And she looked at me and she's crying. She goes, go get Mom. So I go to get Mom. She goes, don't leave me. So then I turn around and get her because she's older than me. So I'm just doing what she's telling me to do. And then she just kept going back and forth. And finally I was like, whatever, I'm going to get Mom. I don't know what to do with you. And then another hill. So our driveway is connected, my parents' driveway. If you turn into our driveway, you'll go straight. And then after a while, you'll turn left. And then that's to my parents' house. But if you don't turn left, you'll go up. And then we have a neighbor back there. Well, on the side of the driveway when you're going up the hill is it's rocks. So like in the summer we would climb it, but in the wintertime it would just be covered with snow. So we'd go up there and that was really steep. So we would go down there and sometimes we would flip and then we'd just roll over all the way down the hill. And then if you went on top of the hill and went down the hill sideways, that was a lot of fun. But there were briar bushes. I don't know if you're familiar with briar bushes.
Yeah, I'm familiar
Okay.
with them.
So there was a huge briar bush. Like, you could make a little house out of this briar bush. It was huge. And my sister, it always happened to my sister, flew into the briar bush. And she was screaming. And I didn't know what to do again. I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. So I ended up going to get Mom. But she was crying. And she was like, you're not even helping me. Go get Mom. And then I'd go. And she's like, don't go. Don't leave me here. And yeah, it was funny. We make fun of her all the time for it. But we were maniacs sledding. If there was more terror and more threat, we did it.
Oh,
It was
wow.
fun. Yeah, we loved it. We had this little pink sled that was my sister's because it was the fastest one. We called it the little pink sled. It was the rocket one. And then I had this like bulky little black sled that looked like a snowmobile for a kid, but it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was just a regular sled. And that one was like grandma slow. So sometimes I was allowed to use my sister's pink sled if she let me.
Wow. Yeah, I see. None of us in my school or anything. We never went on we never sledded. We never went sledding.
Oh my God.
Now, like they may have went to like a friend's house or whatever, but like in Frankton, no one sledded. There was no hills. A lot of times we would throw, like I said, I'd throw snowballs at each other, but like we'd also like to throw snowballs at cows and stuff because there were a lot of farm animals, and they don't notice. They just get hit and they're like, "Mrrr." So I mean,
Yeah, we would be out sledding and when we woke up until my parents were like, because you had to take breaks when you're little, like you have to come in and warm up. So my mom would like make us come in usually for lunch and we'd have to stay in for a certain amount of time to warm up. And we'd always come in through the basement. We had a basement door and we had a fireplace down there. So we had to take all our snow suits and snow boots and everything off downstairs so it didn't get into the house. And then we'd have lunch and hot cocoa. And then when Mom gave us the okay, we'd be back out until it was dark. And then be like, okay, you gotta come in.
Which, in the winter, dark is like 5 o'clock here.
yeah, that's how it is here. The sun sets at like 5:30 here.
So then I just thought of it. We said favorite movies that we watch every year. Favorite Christmas songs that we have. Mine's Silent Night.
Yeah, I mean, like if we're going classic, Silent Night and Oh Holy Night. They really go hand in hand for me. They're about what Christmas is about, and it's about Jesus, and that's all that matters to me. But secular, non-religious Christmas songs. Have you ever heard of the group called the Dropkick Murphys?
No.
Yeah, I heard of them.
Okay, you know the song "Shipping Up to Boston"? It was on the Sam Adams IPA commercials.
No, but go ahead.
Anyway, they're like an Irish punk hard rock band, and they have a song called "The Season's Upon Us." And I love it. It perfectly describes my family. I'm going to send you a link to it here in a second. It perfectly describes like my family and everything. I love it so much. Alyssa?
I think Silent Night and Holy Night, I like them. But secular, there's I can't remember what album it was, but it was Simple Plan, and they had a bonus, and it was a Christmas song. Do you remember what I'm talking about? I loved it. I was into punk rock growing up, so
I know. I know what you're talking about.
Santa's coming tonight, and I'm in a car, and I'm in a house, and I'm in a freight.
Yeah, that was it.
To Hawaii.
Yeah.
Well then, if we're gonna go punk rock, then Blink-182 song.
Oh.
It's Christmas Eve. Only out 2 fucking presents.
Oh yeah. That was. I like that
it had
one.
other holidays in it, but Christmas is in it.
That was that was a good one.
I mean, Josh is gonna mumble and roll his eyes at this, but Mistletoe by Justin Bieber.
Okay, first of all, we said Christmas music.
Kirsty would agree with
yeah,
it.
Kirsty would agree with me.
Kirsty freaking like would leave me and marry Justin Bieber. So, I mean, let's get real. I'm not even joking.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, it's true.
Civil Plan. What other ones are like? I mean, obviously Elvis's Blue Christmas. Like,
yeah.
you can't beat that.
When I was a little kid, I mean, I think I can speak for most kids, but Rudolph, obviously, the red-nosed reindeer.
Yeah.
I loved that as a little kid.
That is very.
And I thought I was just so cool when you say the X parts, like
Yeah. Like
the parts that aren't a song.
Yes.
So, I have a story about that. So, I was in high school. I think it was 9th grade. Hanging out with. After we had always had a holiday concert with the band, orchestra, and chorus, and that was always like around like the 17th or whatever weekend that was. And then we did nothing in that class. We watched movies, everything in the auditorium. Well, the one year there was a group of us sitting with each other, and it had a foreign exchange student in there. So we sang through Rudolph, and at the end everyone says George Washington. You'll go down in history like George Washington.
We always said like Lincoln, but yeah.
Okay, well, this foreign exchange student thought we said the latest president that was out of office, so she said Bill Clinton. So of course, we all crack up like, probably not like him, but because Bush was still in office at that point, but like it was just like, yeah, probably not like Bill Clinton, but yeah, we get what you're trying to say.
Oh boy. Oh man. Well, okay. I think this is a good place to stop.
Because we always can do it next year. So
I mean, yeah, I plan on having this around. So, Alyssa, thank you so much for joining. We really love having you on. Well,
thanks for having me.
I should say I love having you on because Shane always has you on. So I don't mean that in a bad way, you dirty-minded people.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. So anyway,
that's what she said.
Okay, now we're getting into the man cave part of it.
So speaking
I had to bring it back. I had to bring it back to that brand.
Of course, I would say, speaking of man cave, from all of us in the man cave, we wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Boxing Day, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Just spend time with the ones you love and celebrate the holiday for what it means. And that's all I have to say. Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum, and Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and we will see you next time.